Greetings and welcome to this super simple, quick way to make a screencast. So when making a screencast, essentially you want to be able to show what's on your screen and be able to have that person hear it, and it's going to be a video that you want to be able to have posted to a video player site, something like YouTube or Vimeo, so you can just send someone a URL, because trying to send a file or even in Google Drive is just kind of a mess. So having something uploaded in a video format that is applicable to YouTube and Vimeo is the best way to do things. So I'm going to show you just a quick way using a couple of programs that you can create a screencast. So right now, the program that I'm using to create this particular video, where you can see what's on my screen as well as what is on like my camera, is going to be a product called ScreenFlow. And what I'm going to show you is all the other products that are not ScreenFlow, because I'm using ScreenFlow to make this video. All right, so we are going to take a look at just making a video to have a PowerPoint. I don't suggest you do any recording in the PowerPoint itself. So PowerPoint is a program. That program will give you the function to record, but it's a mess. It just creates just a huge workflow problem. So I would not suggest doing it. So this is going to be the simplest way to make a screencast. All right, so let's just go ahead and just make a quick PowerPoint. Hi. Let's make it a couple of slides. Woohoo. We are awesome. Okay, great. So here was our slide deck, and we're just going to save that as example deck to our desktop. All right, so now we have our pretty slide deck. What we would do to make the screencast, now that we've already created that slide deck, if you are on a Mac, it's going to be automatically loaded into your computer as part of your OS X. If you are on a PC, you are still able to download QuickTime. Just go to QuickTime or the link on this page, and you'll be able to download it for free. So if you are on a Mac, let's just go ahead and go to QuickTime Player. I'm going to press Done. I'm going to press New Screen Recording. And then I'm going to double check that it can hear me. That's going to be my voice. Test, test, test. And then I'm going to press this little record button. I'm going to go ahead and click full screen. You can record just a portion of your screen, but it's just easier to do the whole screen. Just make sure you don't have anything inappropriate on your screen. I'm going to click that. And so once this little button goes black, then it is recording what is ever on my screen. So QuickTime will not record both your screen and your camera. Again, the thing that you're seeing right now me do for you is on ScreenFlow, but QuickTime is a great way to record just a screencast. So right now it's recording everything I do. So if I were to open any of these folders, then it's going to record exactly what's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and record our sample slide deck. So I would just go into that slide deck, go into presentation mode. And at this point, you're recording the slides, and it can record your voice. So then now I would give my presentation. Hi, this is my awesome presentation. And here's my next slide. And this slide is so awesome. You're going to want to know all about it. Oh, look, and we are all awesome together. And together we can make all the things happen. And this is the end of my slide deck. Excellent. Okay, now we've done our presentation. We're going ahead and just going to trim it up and cut it. So at this point, you want to go back to your desktop. You'll see this little icon up here. Oop, wrong one. This little round icon, I'm going to click that. That's going to stop that recording. And then this point, I have a file. So I'm just going to save this as QuickTime Tester 1. Give that a second to save. So now this is going to be a QuickTime file, a .mov. If I wanted to trim it, which maybe you took a second to get yourself together, or you don't want to have the end of it, you can trim. You just go to Edit, Trim, and let's say I want to take off the first 5 seconds in the front, and then you can also do it in the back at the end. And then I'm gonna move this out of the way. Then I'm just gonna press Trim, move that back. All right, now at this point, then I have a video, and I can just press play. Then it is recording what is ever on my screen. So QuickTime will not record. So now I have a video of my slide deck. This is going to be in a .mov. I can also export it in different file sizes. So 4K is going to be the biggest, 1080p, 720p, and 480p. Usually like 720 and 1080 is good enough for screencasting, depending what you want to do. So let's say I want to do it as a 1080p. Then I'm just going to go ahead and put that as a export, and I can go save. And then it's going to save it as .mov. So at this point, I have my video file, and I'm going to close that out. Sure, let's just cancel that. And this is my PowerPoint file. I'm going to close that because I don't need it now. I've made my video. And I'm going to go into a web browser. YouTube or Vimeo are great, either one. Oh, nice, Vimeo. It's charging just at the... So Vimeo.com. If you have a Vimeo account, either one works great. Let's just go ahead and go to YouTube. So you go to your file, upload. There's my QuickTime movie. Then name it whatever is appropriate, and then publish. And now as soon as that loads and renders on YouTube, then I will have a URL that then I can submit to anywhere, and that file is going to play and live on the YouTube site. Just make sure that if you do any kind of like protection, that people still can still see it. So if you want to do something with not having everyone be able to see your video in the whole world, I would recommend Vimeo, because Vimeo is a little bit easier to kind of like password protect, and then you give people the password. YouTube gets a little wonky with trying to make it private. I mean, you can, but a lot of times people can't see it, so it's going to be easier if you wanted to kind of put it behind a little bit of privacy. Vimeo is your better bet for that. But YouTube and Vimeo are both great. Here is that hyperlink, and then once that finishes processing, that would be the hyperlink that I would upload to an assignment or hand out to people in an email, so they could just click on that hyperlink, be able to play the video, and then see my slide cast. So again, PowerPoint or any slide deck platform you're using, like Keynote or Google Slides, can be recorded. Anything that's happening on your desktop can be recorded with QuickTime to make this type of screencast.